It's unfortunate, but most Hot Wheels come with incomplete details as far as the paint and tempos go. Mattel typically will only pad print on 3 sides of a car, leaving 2 sides bare on any given model. A lot of times it's the front and back that are neglected. Sometimes ingenious use of interior or base plastic is used as the detail in the front and back, but a lot of times there's just nothing, as is the case for this car. In days past, I used to hand paint in these details and finish out the car. This was very time consuming, so I dropped this method and began trying other ways to more quickly apply details to the car. So today I'm going to show you my current method for quickly applying details to the front and back of a Hot Wheels car. So I begin by using a silver Sharpie to paint in the headlights. I'm not really being all that careful. In fact, I'm purposely being messy here as a way to show how this method works. You just want to make sure all the headlights are covered along with any other details you want to be silver. After you're done, you'll need to set the car aside for about a minute or two to let the Sharpie dry. You'll need to do some very light masking. This is just to cover up deep recesses. You don't need a perfect masking job, just enough to keep the paint from going everywhere. After the car is masked, I'll use an airbrush with black primer to cover the grille. I don't worry about overspray getting on the headlights, as we'll take care of that in a bit. Immediately after putting the airbrush down, I use my finger or a slightly damp paper towel to wipe off the overspray on the hood and bumper. Obviously, the faster you can do this, the better. Leaving the paint on for very long will cause you problems as it gets more and more difficult to remove. Once I have the bulk of the paint removed, it's time to bring back the headlights and other details. I do this by using a toothpick, and I scratch the black paint off the headlights and other details. Just like earlier, the faster you do this, the better. Don't worry about the Sharpie marks. The toothpick can't remove them. It can only remove the black paint. So now we can address the leftover Sharpie marks. To get rid of them, I dampen a paper towel with acetone and then wipe them away. Now this can also be done right after I apply the Sharpie and before I spray the primer if you like. I should note that the acetone, if you're not careful, will remove the car's paint if you wipe for too long. Typically the Sharpie comes right off, not affecting the car's paint. If you need to remove Sharpie from tight corners, you can also dip the toothpick in acetone and then use it to remove the Sharpie marks. So here's how the front turned out after I was done cleaning everything up. You may notice some slight imperfections here and there, but keep in mind that depending on what screen you're watching this on, the front of this car may be enlarged from a couple inches to over a foot or more. Small imperfections you may see this zoomed in are not noticeable to the unaided eye. For the back of the car, we'll just use a red Sharpie and acetone wipe to detail the taillights. Now, I don't always do the back of the car. Mattel doesn't seem to put the same amount of effort in the rear details as they do the front details. As a result, there's not always a defined edge to the rear details. This car has rather good details in the rear, so this will work out fine. But some cars, it's hard to tell where the taillights start and end. This method doesn't work well on those type of cars. In that case, you should go ahead and probably paint them in. So I'll go ahead and show this method on a couple other cars. And just put it to music as the process is the same and is relatively self-explanatory at this point. Once you get the hang of it, you can do a large number of cars in a short amount of time. Okay, so there's a process used on several different cars. You can see that it works well on even the chrome front and rear cars, like on this Ford Thunderbolt. This car was sent to me along with several others by a subscriber named Kevin. Thanks, Kevin, for the cars. Anyway, I hope this was all helpful. If you have another better or faster way of doing details, then please let me know below. I'm always interested in how other people do their particular customs. So thanks again, Kevin, for the cars, and as always, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye.